Yeah, so this is going to be the first time for this stream that I've decided, hey, I'm going to just replay a game that I have already done a full playthrough of on stream, but just because I feel like it. I mean, that's only part of the reason. The other is because I've still been thinking a lot about No More Heroes ever since playing through the third game, and just how absolutely enjoyable of an experience that was. So let's look back at the game that started this whole series to begin with. All the way back in 2008, with the Wii original. Yes, this will be in 4x3. Nothing I can really do about it. Like, if of all the things that make this CRT I have good, the thing that it lacks that I wish it had is the thing that some Sony Trinitrons have, where you can basically change the image size to like a letterbox 16:9, and that would make the possibility of like playing widescreen games like this on a CRT more reasonable or possible, because I'm not gonna play something that's outputting 16:9 but like squished to 4x3. That's ridiculous. And yes, this is New Game Plus, because obviously that's how I'm able to like get access to Bitter. And honestly, that's really the only way you'd ever want to play through this game on the highest difficulty, if I'm being honest. That's basically what it's made for. Also, kind of reiterating partially the first point, but this game's still fucking awesome. It's still my favorite in the series, and one of my favorite games of all time, for good reason.
So I'm at the register, then I realized I got no money. I was seriously broke. Why? Because I met this smoking hot chick last night at the deathmatch bar. Man, she smelled good. So being the gentleman I am, I bought her a drink. Anywho, I decided to get a job. The gig? Assassinate the drifter. So I went where I was supposed to and waited for the guy to show up. And there he was, this cat.
Good old footage of the very first teaser trailer for this game.
Yeah, so he's styling, fast, aggressive, and packing heat. Bada bing. Or at least it was supposed to be. Till she showed up. Her name? Sylvia Crystal.
Even with like this being streamed out like in standard def 4x3, like I guess in keeping with kind of like the theme or tone that I kind of want to like present with these sort of retro streams, this wouldn't really be different, at least from what I remember from the first time I experienced No More Heroes, where I'm pretty sure it was back then like close release played on a old CRT, you know?
Could be dangerous. Could totally suck. What do you say, bro? Join me. Let's see how.
At the very least, because of the various things I've done testing with for the Wii on the CRT, is that like I am actually grateful that like this game does have actual 4x3 for CRTs instead of forcing a letterbox, because I played a few games on this thing, like quite a couple in the past couple months, that unfortunately that's their only option. They were designed from the outset to be in 16:9. Like Skyward Sword was that, Mad World was that, which kind of surprised me. For some reason, I guess I kept misremembering that game as also having proper 4x3.
Bad answer.
It's game time. Okay. Man, it is almost like it is initially painful going back to this version and the like inconsistent frame rate. But I'll be honest, like especially after all the time I spent playing No More Heroes 3, like in terms of control specifics and mechanics, this still is the one game where I feel most at home anytime I pick it up. Like, it took me so long to get used to the fact that No More Heroes 3 had like such different concepts, like actual light and heavy attacks instead of the stances. Or that you could jump. Actually, in all fairness, I got used to the fact that the jump was there pretty quick, but I guess that was largely because of the presence of, like, it being in TSA. I don't fucking have any idea, if I'm being honest. Like, I just literally blame it all on Twitch, is the thing. Because even with, like, some of the channels I follow, it's like, it's not like I 100% consistently get any sort of, like, notification from them in my emails or whatever about when they go live. I don't know, and it's like I've looked through, like, my user settings or whatever, even, like, made it so that, like, like my online status, like when I'm on Twitch or anything, actually shows something, but that seems to really only matter if it's like I'm doing anything, making edits to my channel or watching other people's streams. Honestly, I have no idea why that's even the case. Maybe the more cynical side of me is just that because I'm not anywhere close to, like, being, like, affiliate or partner or whatever the hell that Twitch considers important, they don't give a shit. Because in a perfect world, I would not feel like I am constantly under the pressure of needing to have some kind of social media presence to even get the goddamn word out that I'm even going live with this shit. Like, ideally, the discoverability on Twitch would actually help me, but it doesn't. Oh, man. There we go. Man, quite a bit of damage just going up against those guys. Yeah. Also, hopefully, in comparison to how it was when I streamed, like, this game, like, months and months back for the first time, now that I'm more comfortable with how my setup is, hopefully this game's fucky audio balancing won't be causing any problems the way it did back then. Because it kind of doesn't matter how much, like, I adjust the in-game sound effects, like, volume slider, it's always going to result in, like, you're always going to get multiple dudes screaming as you kill them all at once, no matter what. That's kind of the unfortunate reality. Oh, yes. Oh, man, and this right here is part of why I still really like this game's particular specifics in the gameplay and combat. Those wrestling moves and just the variety of, like, motions you have to do in order to make it work. The thing I miss the most, kind of going through No More Heroes 3 with its wrestling throws, where it's like it's the same input. Like, it's either both Joy-Cons up, or if you're playing, like, with the without the motion controls, it's just both sticks in an up direction. But I mean, at the very least in... Oh, what the fuck happened? You're absolutely kidding me right now with this. Ugh. Damn it, goddamn game just had to freeze, like, Like, less than 10 minutes into the fucking thing. Like, are you kidding me? And of course, it's not going to save my progress at all because this only uses hard save points. Hang on a second. Alright. Let's try this again. God.
Are you prepared?
I swear, it's like I'm running this game technically off of a USB hard drive I have attached to my Wii for context. So this isn't being played off the disc. And of the test runs I've been doing, like kind of leading up to this, it had been working fine. But I don't know. I'm not sure if this was something that was like just random happenstance or was the result of like some fuck up that happened where like I accidentally like caused my Wii to get knocked over when it was running a game. Not necessarily a game that was like on the hard drive itself. But it did leave me having to like quickly turn off what I was doing and then like kind of reset everything, make sure that it's still booted fine, nothing was broken, and it seemed that way. But that's literally the first time I've had this game like hard crash on me like that. Oh man. My sincerest hope is that once we go through, once we repeat these encounters, that it's not going to crash in the exact same spot. Or else I am going to be very, very upset, and that I won't even really have anything to kind of, like, take this game's place to try and fill time on the screen. So yeah, you better fucking hope that this works. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. One of the greatest things about using the Tsubaki Mark III, that low stance charge move. Especially with the infinite battery. Oh, yeah, good times.
Hey, he's over here.
It's basically like the moment where like the game just gives you like a freaking Ninja Gaiden type ultimate technique, you know? Something that is stupidly powerful and just lets you plow through everything with no damage to yourself, which means, especially with the infinite battery, it's spammable, but, you know, I'm not gonna like be relying on it too much. Okay. Hopefully this is still good. Yeah. That's good. Do not crash. Oh, thank fucking Christ. Ugh. Ugh. To quote a one Isaac Kleiner, my relief is almost palpable. Yep. But hey, at least this second run has me doing a lot better. I'm already at like 32 chains. That's pretty good. That's gonna result in like good money on this playthrough, because with this being New Game Plus and me having 100%ed everything prior, I am not gonna have to hopefully be wasting any time doing money grinding just to get anywhere. Yeah. There we go. Alright, I'm back in it. I'm back in the groove. We got this. Time to become number one, or at least get close to number one, depending on how many bosses I can beat in 3 hours tops. Yeah, but just, oh. Like, every time going back to this, like, admittedly, like, the way that they had, like, recontextualized the way you use wrestling moves in No More Heroes 3 worked well enough. It's just that it felt like it made it more like how, like, in this game of, like, whenever you used the wrestling moves on the bosses, you basically always had to like earn it by like staggering bosses with enough hits in a specific amount of time, and then you like repeat the process. That's generally like the best way you steamroll all the boss fights in this game, at least the ones that allow you to do that. You know, obviously Speedbuster doesn't let you do that because it's a gimmick, and Gene just denies you any chance to use wrestling moves. But the point stands. At least here, like, when it comes to the main enemies, I like that there's, like, a difference where the use of wrestling moves, especially the more advanced ones that you get from, like, masks before bosses, or with the, or by, like, learning from videotapes. Like, it makes it feel like, in the context of regular enemies, like a valid way to like end an engagement with them, as opposed to it being strictly because of the of your like killing blows with the katana.
Hey, he's over here.
Ah, missed my chance. Gonna get a good combo going. Oh, why did I have to turn me around? There we go. Bullet enemies are still bastards, and I think they're the one thing that I do not mind being gone from No More Heroes 3. Or specifically, at least, like, like projectile enemies where they specifically use guns. That's the key difference Because those type of firearms are fast, whereas the projectiles in 3 are like way more like normal and slow. Anyway, I'm actually going to quickly take off the noise suppressor on my mic because I know full well that like the options are still set so that I have Sylvia's voice on the phone come out through the Wii Remote speaker, and I feel like I deserve to at least have this go at like just once. All right, holding it up. I hope that picks up.
Hey Travis, your ranked fight begins just up ahead. Win, and you will be 10th. Lose, and hell awaits. Are you up to this? Need a bathroom break? Whatever you need to do it now. Your opponent, some call him the Holy Sword. He is good, but I know you can take him. You are the man! I am the tiger! He only looks tough because his mother was an ugly bitch! Take it to the red zone! Assassin's way at full throttle! Unleash your power! Show no mercy! Bring me death metal set! Enter when you are prepared to fight. I believe in you and your force. Now, off to the Garden of Madness!
So yeah, that is one of the very few times that the use of the Wii Remote's shitty, tinny as hell speaker had any justification. Anytime you could get away with having it simulate the audio quality of like a cell phone call was perfect, or a real crusty old radio. Like I recall that being something that was happened in like Disaster Day of Crisis. Like you would get like radio kind of updates of like disasters that were happening in the background. But like, yeah, there's this game, Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I know absolutely does it. Yeah, so oh yeah, that's right. I did make like a second like okay, yeah, actually, yeah, right. I'm remembering now. I specifically made it so that I had 2 separate save files. One that would always serve as like New Game Plus clear data so that I could access that at any time. Because this was like the last save of my bitter mode playthrough, like 6 minutes before I made the clear save. So, yeah, slot 2 it is. Okay. All right now. I think it's also novel enough these days looking back at the original No More Heroes and actually seeing these cutscenes being like actual like 4:3 aspect ratio. Like not doing the sort of thing where other games would just like letterbox the cutscenes anyway.
I am free of desire, so long as I have the scenery to look upon. I need nothing.
Though I think if I just leave all these cutscenes play, that's absolutely gonna make this playthrough like a 2-parter.
In a body bag.
I'll only say this once more. Leave here now.
Huh. Me leave? You obviously don't know me.
You don't get it, do you?
Hey, you know what paradise is, right?
Paradise?
This is paradise. The place where dreams are fulfilled. Well, you've had your dream, old man. Time to wake up.
This is no paradise.
All right, then what is it?
So nostalgic going back to this original version of Travis.
I'm glad you and I are on
this
the same page.
incredibly cocky psychopath.
So naive.
None of the maturity
You
or
have no
like
idea, do you?
tempered like nature
You
of his
make
character
an
in
old
later
man
games.
cry. Arrogant, crude little shits like you come around from time to time.
Like, you're just starting this
Listen
game
well,
with a
young
huge
one.
murder
The
boner and you're
wall is
taking it out on a Devin
higher
Townsend
than
lookalike.
you will ever know.
With his
Ultimate
orange two-blade,
sacrifice is
specifically named as like a reference to the Apple II.
You can take that to your grave.
Okay. Time to steamroll this guy. With constant dark steps.
get this over.
Probably not even going to be able to hear Travis's monologue as it happens.
Big-ass house, fast car,
Yeah!
dining in style with a
And that's already like a
chef and truck.
fifth, fourth of the way through.
Every calorie. A team of just to keep servants at my back.
Yeah.
On the weekends, 2 hours. Every day.
Come on, hit me. There we go. Oh, yeah. Can we beat this before the monologue is over?
That'll be my life. I thirst for my own desire to get killed by young rookies like me. This is how it goes down. And the old killers?
Oh, fuck.
I guess you can call this.
Okay. That's what I should have focused on from the beginning.
Keep going. Maybe I should have been a little more careful before I jumped in.
Ah. It somehow did not count as a proper dark step.
That exit to paradise. Can't see anything.
Ah.
There's this sense of doom
It's not
running
happening
down
soon
my
enough. There we go. That's
trying to suck the life out of
what I was looking for.
me. Need to get rid of it before I bail. Something deep. Deeper than my instincts is taunting me.
You don't get
There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just as I thought, I actually did finish that before Travis's entire monologue finishes. Obviously, would have been faster if I had not gotten, like, held up a bit by one of his clones.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
The moment I've been waiting for. The name Holy Sword is now yours.
You're joking, right? I don't care about titles or power. I just want to be number one.
Then master the ways of the assassin.
Here's your ticket to paradise, old man.
Ah, yes. It's one down. And yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, 9 to go. That's right, because I remember. We may skip Let's Shake, but that's more or less made up for by Henry right at the end. Okay. Yeah, clear time. Damage taken makes it rank A, unfortunately, but whatever. Over 60k. No, 600k. Over 650k. That is very good to start.
Nice kill, Travis.
Ah,
I didn't think you
Sylvia,
had it in
Talbot,
you.
and Weller.
It was rather exciting.
Those
Congratulations.
last two, most people would
You
never know
are
their
now
names unless
ranked
they looked at the
10th.
concept art.
10th, huh?
And I was so glad when 3
Do I
just
get anything?
name drops them for real as a sort
How
of like,
about some
hey,
cash?
don't
That
forget
should
these
help the
guys, they had
business.
names.
I'm not feeling the sense of accomplishment that I should here. So I just gotta do this a few more times, right?
If you so choose, yes.
And you will keep your promise?
There is nothing the association cannot do.
And if I refuse?
As the 10th ranked assassin, you are now a target for those who want to replace you. Anytime, anywhere. Number 11 could be right around the corner, ready to put a knife in your eye.
So what you're telling me is that I gotta continue fighting.
Yeah, there's one thing
no
I've
way out of
noticed
this.
with like
You
Paula
set me up,
Tiso's
bitch.
like
Quit
voice
your
as
bitching
Sylvia
and
over the
get with
years
the
is that
program.
like
There's only one
So
road
much
out
of like
here.
the fake French
No
accent is
turning back.
played
Okay,
up
how
a
about
whole
this?
lot more
If I
in
become
these
number
first
one,
two games than
will
it
you
is
do
in
it with
3,
me?
whereas it's like
Maybe.
her delivery is a
Maybe
lot
not.
deeper, and like
Come on, just once.
like the Frenchness of like her accent does not come off nearly as strong in a way that seems fake. It's like she almost like makes it more of a natural fit for her, if that makes sense. Yeah. I weirdly get into like noticing a lot of particular details about like voice actors and like their work on certain characters and how that like slowly changes over the course of time, because people's voices never stay exactly the same, like like throughout their whole adult lives, you know? You can tell it's them clearly from a first listen, but you can obviously pick up on like the notable like differences between how they sounded now versus how they sounded like 20 years younger or something. Okay. Okay, now we can continue with hopefully no more sudden crashes. Because this hard drive, I guess, likes to be inconsistent in how it runs Wii games off of it from time to time. I really need to get like a new hard drive. Or more specifically, I need to just take one of the old hard drives that I have, which is a 1 terabyte. It's technically bigger than this one is, and just use that instead, and then buy like a new 2 terabyte to replace the first one, which that 1 terabyte I currently have for like a whole bunch of like the mecha anime that I've like downloaded over the years and don't want to have to re-download anywhere else. So yeah, that'd be nice. It would at least guarantee that I would be able to like get installed all of the Wii games I care about and then still have plenty more space to spare.
The next fight has been arranged.
Oh yeah,
You
the
don't
other thing
have a lot
about
of time,
this
so I'll just tell
original
you what
Wii
you need to
version,
know.
why I'm playing
The
it and why I still like it a lot,
assassin is
this is the
currently
one version of the game that
Doctor
still has the
Peace.
song Heavenly Star by Genki
doctor?
Rockets.
actually a detective. A dirty and unscrupulous detective with plenty of dark secrets.
Admittedly,
about
it's
him.
not like the Japanese
Illegal
version where you
investigations
can
elicit
just
sales,
watch
black
the music
marketing.
video.
He is your one-stop shop for marketing illegal
Yeah.
goods. And on top of that, he is a trained assassin. He's been doing some work for the mafia, and before you know it,
Oh,
he's
the
up there
coward's
ranked
way.
ninth on the
Yeah,
list.
that makes sense,
To be
Gags.
frank, he's good. You won't stand a chance against him. You're as good as dead. What's it going to be, cowboy?
Put me in, coach.
All right, please transfer 150,000 LB dollars.
What? 150,000 LBs?
Your entry fee, my overhead costs. Don't tell
Travis
me
should
that
not
you were
be
expecting
so
many
surprised by
zeros on
this.
that
This is
price, or that
literally
I am
New
ripping
Game
you off
Plus.
for some
I
shit.
have over
We have an elite staff
650k in the
thousands.
bank.
Personally, I think it's a bargain.
Okay, I gotcha. But you really think I got that kind of dough on me? What the hell am I supposed to do?
You are supposed to do your job. You've been hired to kill someone.
Yeah,
so just do
honestly,
it
that
and quit your
assessment
whining.
is still
Plus,
pretty
on-the-job
accurate, even
training
if
would
you
be
didn't
good for you.
complete No More
If you're
Heroes 2.
interested, I can introduce
There's
you
like
to an
a
agent,
couple
an advertising
cutscenes you
agency.
could see here and
But
there
we
where
don't
like
sell
it's...
erasers.
Again,
I'll
it's the
tell
sort
you
of thing where they show like an intent for
I'm running
where
late for my facial.
they, or
Catch
at
up
least
later,
Suda,
okay?
possibly wanted the story to go, but did not develop it further. But like that's it. Okay, K Entertainment with all the assassination gigs, and then of course there's the job center, but we don't have to worry about that. I already did all that shit for one stream like several months ago. Oh man. This sprint is obviously way faster than the one that you have by default in No More Heroes 3, but man, does it just make everything chug no matter what. Yep, you absolutely do. That's definitely like the smartest thing this game does, if it's like you care about experiencing the story again and the fights, but don't necessarily want to go through every single side job or assassination gig every time. Yep, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Oh yeah, while I'm at it, I should change up the clothes for the job that we're going to. 'Cause like another very nice thing is, oh yeah, that's right, this is jackets, not t-shirt. I forgot. I was like, why is there only 10? Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I can find it. There's like a baseball themed shirt, unless I passed it or something. You know, like, because when I did my first stream playthrough of this was the HD version on a new game file, so back then I didn't have the, oh yeah, the tigers, there we go, that's what I want. So, like, when I was starting, I didn't have all the money to spare on the various clothing items I want, but since this is a New Game Plus file where I did literally everything, I've got all the fashion choices I would want. So, why not just roll with it? Switch up Travis's look for each fight. Okay. And what would be a good belt? Yeah, I think that looks good. Cool. Now to head to the stadium to kill Charles Bronson. Because again, much like how I will always bring up the fact that death metal is designed after Devin Townsend, Dr. Peace is literally like just Charles Bronson's character in Death Wish. Yeah, Suda, if anything, has no shame when it comes to having, like, very explicit, like, references to things he likes. Okay. And, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, this frame rate's so chunky. Yes! The true No More Heroes experience. Constantly doing jumps because that actually momentarily stalls your boost gauge. All right. Oh.
Listen to my song.
Oh man, I still love this game so much. Gonna sound like a broken record for constantly saying it, but I can't help it. It's like, even after a week of just thoroughly playing the hell out of No More Heroes 3, like, that's still the second best compared to this. You know, it's very much, like, judged in a sort of, like, total package kind of manner, you know? Okay. Yeah, with all the wrestling moves I'm fishing out of this, though, I do hope the game is graceful and merciful enough to give me one of the prompts where you have to basically, like, do circles with the remote and nunchuck. Oh, I'm still getting plenty of the moves that, like, result in death anyway. Oh, a little suplex. Like, thinking about it some, I can absolutely get why, like, the motion control, like, actions that you have in No More Heroes 3 are a lot, fewer compared to this. But considering, like, how this game was designed, I honestly do enjoy how, like, it manages to do so many different types of like, motion inputs. And they all manage to work very well. Like, the only one that I'm pretty sure anyone will think is... I mean, like, it's an input that, like, works, but getting it to work the way that ensures 100% like, efficiency always seems finicky, and that's the whole baseball bat swinging motion you have to do in this. But outside of that, I mean, like, the various, like, motion inputs you have to do for, like, the wrestling moves are the things I really like, because, like, yeah, they're incredibly varied in, like, oh yeah, like, there's a lot of variance in, like, what inputs you have to do on the wrestling throws, and the thing I like about them is that it actually correlates fairly well with, like, what the animation is supposed to be. Oh, okay, phew. Just that freeze frame for, like, a whole second made me worried, like, don't fucking tell me that the game crashed again on the hard drive. Oh, but it's still fine. Good.
There he is!
But yeah, I mean, like, it's that as well as, like, some of the motions for, like, for when you're controlling the motorcycle, which, admittedly, like, is still ass. That's the sort of thing where the way it's done, I was very distracted right then just with, like, my main thoughts. Maybe I'll finish what I was saying once I clear out these enemies. But yeah, like, but even, like, some of the motion inputs you have for, like, those maneuvers on your motorcycle are neat. It doesn't change the fact, though, that, like, its handling is ass no matter what, and No More Heroes 3 has motorcycle handling that is somewhere about passable, I'd say. Like, it still has a bit of that weighty tankiness to it. But I found, like, that just driving that thing around and drifting all over the place was a lot better. Like, it was more readily apparent how to, like, make it work the way you want it in that game compared to No More Heroes 3. Okay. And then, of course, there's also, like, the various, like, side jobs that try to use it, and they work well, but that's kind of, yes, I do have the unlimited battery. Again, when I said that I 100%ed this game, I literally meant it. Yeah, that is, like, a good strategy that's, like, not even for that game, but also works very well. Like, it helped me a lot as well when I was playing No More Heroes 3, just because of, like, using the Dark Step to slow down time was, like, a very good time to not only recharge the battery, but also, like, use any, like, death chip abilities. Alright. I got limited arm space to work with when swinging this, but we'll see how it goes. Ah, I knew it wasn't gonna be enough. Oh, hey. You know, I think that's generally, like, the average amount of balls I've been able to, like, manage to hit whenever I do these. At least when it comes to, like, the main stage. It's the side jobs where you have to do this minigame again 3 separate times where it becomes a bit more of a nightmare, but I don't know. I feel like that might be me conflating my memories of trying to do this both on the Wii compared to how I tried to do it on the Switch version, where I just felt like that was the part where I felt that the Joy-Cons were somewhat failing me. Nah. Yeah, just going back to this in general, like No More Heroes 3, I think can be definitively said has, bar none, the smoothest combat of the series. Like, from a technical standpoint, as well as just, like, animation quality and feedback, it shows, like, clear growth on that front compared to how this game is on those aspects. Because, yeah, this game, this does not have anywhere close to a stable frame rate, nor does, like, the quality of, like, the animations or, like, the enemies you fight being particularly great. But it's the sort of thing where I think as, like, another factor in me still liking this game more as an overall package compared to 3 is that No More Heroes 3's, like, its combat ideas are a bit more standard in their focus, and I think that's what helps make it work. But by the same token, one has a lot more interesting stuff about it that makes up for the fact that it is otherwise a very simple action game that was designed around the novelty of, like, these newfangled motion controls. I mean, like, even just down to its very core, the idea of tilting the remote to activate multiple stances. I think that's the part that still sells me to this day, and I wish they found a way to make it, like, applicable in the third game. But I get why they didn't, because they also had the expectations of people that want to play without the motion controls, and a single Joy-Con, I'm pretty sure, like, has, well, like, both Joy-Cons combined have more buttons to work with than the Wii Remote and Nunchuck ever did. Oh, man. Almost with one ball. Ah, fuck it. Yeah, because I think the part that definitely separates, like, how No More Heroes 3 combat plays out is that the, it is because of, like, it's not only the removal of stances, but also the fact that you don't technically have the beat attack anymore, where it's like you just press the, like in this game, you press the B button to, like, do that little melee swing that you're supposed to use to set up your wrestling finishers. But in the third game, you don't have that. Instead, it's just dedicated. You have the right trigger dedicated to just doing grapples, but only when an enemy is stunned after you sustain enough damage to it, which makes the boss fights in a way kind of operate more on the same damage model as the bosses do, of all things. In this game specifically, because that's absolutely how you take advantage of each of the boss fights in No More Heroes 1. You get all the dark steps you can to, like, stack as many stagger hits. And then once you see the spinning stars, you get the wrestling throw in for big damage, and then repeat the process. Oh yeah. Whew. Oh, yeah, actually, one thing I'm gonna do, because it will be coming up in a little bit. Since I decided that I didn't really want to do this for every single time Sylvia calls, I am gonna, like, just turn off, like, the in-game speaker settings so that Sylvia's audio will actually come through the game feed this time. In an ideal scenario, I would get, like, a tiny mic that I could attach to the Wii Remote itself, have it positioned in front of the speaker. But that's just not not really feasible because of the noise suppressor that I need to have in order to make sure unwanted background noise isn't constantly piping in. Oh, man. And yeah, these... You know, I think I can also say definitively, like... Yes, there are specific things about No More Heroes 1's gameplay and combat that I like more than 3. One thing, though, that I'll gladly say 3 did better was, like, those Dark Side Roulette bonuses. Yeah, 3 has... Because 2, I think, makes it boring. I mean, like... Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was definitely referring to 3. Like, in general, if I'm making... Like, the point of this stream is that, like, I'm specifically trying to, like, draw comparisons based on my impressions of No More Heroes 1, which is what I'm playing here, and No More Heroes 3, which is the latest game and the one that I think is second best of the series. Because, yeah, like, 2's definitely makes it less interesting. 3, I'd say, like, the main strength it has is that it makes it not only the chances higher for each one, but they also feel significantly more useful.
Travis, hello? The moment you step onto the field,
Because 3 gives you bonuses where it's like, some are as simple as you get extra money from a killing blow, but then others are ones that allow you to just grab any enemy you want to go into a wrestling throw. It's called Throw Crazy, and it just lets, and as the name implies, you just go absolutely crazy chaining wrestling throws on a single enemy because your fists are on fire. Like, that's cool. Mustang mode is like basically like the be all end all. There's also the full armor Travis modes, of which there are 2, with the latter being the most interesting because it does allow you to play as like mini mecha type Travis with like a completely different moveset and such. Meanwhile, it's like with 1, like, yeah, it's like the bonuses you get are definitely out there and strange, but the bigger problem is that, like, kind of no matter which version it is you play, they always have a propensity of, like, giving you the bonuses you want right when you're either on the last enemy or, like, when you've killed them and the battle is already over. Like, that's the part that was always, like, most deflating about trying to, like, take advantage of any of those dark side bonuses. Ugh. Okay. Alright, I'm just making sure everything's alright. When the wind blows, a virgin child's corpse sings a song. Such a pretty melody, never heard before. No more lullabies. The virgin child smiles from hell.
Thank you. Mighty kind. Mighty kind of you.
I just had to do it a second time.
You got there, old man.
It has always been my dream to perform in a stadium such as this. A gentleman from the association told me I could have any stage I wanted today. How could I refuse such a kind offer?
Courtesy of me and my entry fee, no doubt.
Yeah, good job figuring that out, you dipshit.
I met my daughter for the first time in 10 years. We dined at a fancy restaurant, one of those that are impossible to get a reservation for. And then afterwards, karaoke.
Who got you the reservation?
The association took care of it, of course.
Fuck. My entry fee.
I always loved that realization in this cutscene, and just making you wonder, okay, what other stuff did Sylvia use the money for to kind of like get the other assassins on board for this dumbass fight, you know?
And the food. Good?
Unfortunately, the atmosphere was a facade. Not once did my own daughter look me in the eye. Oh, the food tasted like blood.
You're a junkie for blood, old man.
Sadly, I can't disagree. There's only one way to live. People like us, we're sharks attracted to blood. You smelled blood too, didn't you? Isn't that why you're here?
You got it, old man. And for some reason, I feel this sense of euphoria.
Don't die on me too quickly. I want to gorge myself on this sense of fulfillment till I vomit.
Man, this is what I live for. Fighting your own kind. Nothing's more gratifying.
See you on the other side.
Mechanically, these bosses may be simple, but design and personality-wise, this really is just one of the all-time great lineups of, like, bosses to face in any game, period. Just, like, the variety of, like, personality types and, like, what they represent next to Travis and the story and all that. Yep, that's how you get Dark Step on him, of course. You stay as close as you can to the pitcher's mound. Ow. But of course he was waiting for me to attack first. Ow. Oh, man. Got overzealous. One too many attacks. Somehow that did not trigger Dark Step, which is always like the part that I found still most confusing about trying to discern how this all worked in the game. Because the input for it I understand, but I guess it is just a specific timing thing. It's just that whenever I play this, wiggling the stick back and forth always seemed to be like most reliable for ensuring the proper Dark Step, like that. Oh yeah, we got it. Okay, what you got? Okay, one thing I now realize is like another point in favor of this game's jumping slash I find a lot better and practical compared to the jumping slash you get in No More Heroes 3. Because it's specifically a running slash that they call it, because you have to be in a sprint beforehand and to use it then. But here it's more like, it makes for like a nice like single input like way to like close the distance again on an enemy. The closest I feel you get to something that is as practical as that is doing the is doing a jumping like light attack in that game, where you basically do like a 45-degree diagonal dive down towards them. You know, it's as close to efficient as you get, but again, that's like 2 button presses that you have to make sure that you get. Especially with 3 having like a very peculiar like input buffer, where it's very specific about like making sure that like you can't really cancel out of inputs that you make if you're in like a recovery animation. So it weirdly like punishes you for trying to button mash out of stuff. Because it's like, if you finally gain control, if you've been pushing one too many buttons, it might make you accidentally dodge in the direction you don't want, or jump, or worse. Okay, but that's 2 bosses down. 2 in 1 hour. Nice.
Next song I sing, I know my daughter will love. Won't you, darling?
No, she won't. Like, she'll...
Rap with me, Jennifer.
The only song she'll love is literally the one you just sang. As it represents your dead ass.
Hell, old man. Sing all you want down there.
Kind of an unfortunate position, though. Like he's still on his knees bent over, but with ass sticking straight up. Oh, well.
Congratulations. You are now ranked number 9.
What'd you expect?
Wait a minute. Are you getting a little sentimental? Still green, aren't you? You know this is only the beginning.
Call me when the next one's arranged.
Game set!
Oh, Travis. You were so constantly trying to make your self sound all cool and badass despite being an obvious murderer. Okay. Number 9. And again, this has still been on bitter, despite making it seem like, you know, it's not that much different from mild. That's only because me having the Tsubaki Mark III and the infinite battery makes it more of a fair fight. That still remains to be seen how well I am still going to be able to hold up against Shinobu, because, like, just like on any difficulty, she's always been like a huge, like, spike in challenge.
Mr. Travis Touchdown. Just calling to remind you that you haven't returned one of our rentals. Let's see here. It's titled Big German Jugs Collection number 23. Be sure to return it soon. Have a nice day.
You always feel so bad for Diane.
Your registration for the 9th
She's always the one that has to, like, call the people that, like, are late on their video rentals.
In addition,
And it always comes back to Travis. And just how tired and disgusted she probably feels having to remind them about all, like, the garbage porn he's renting from them.
Thank you for your understanding, and have a nice day.
Okay, then. Yeah. 200,000. We got more than enough. May as well switch things up again. What do we got? What would be something good for... Yeah, why not? Something that's a bit more blue and purple themed. I think that's fine to go with. Yeah. Alright. Okay, time for the ATM. Deposit the money, head back, and then go to the school. It really is just nice being able to kind of replay the game this way. Especially if you are like me, where like, you are such a completionist, you know you have earned pretty much all you could out of this game, and it's like, the ultimate reward that you feel you deserve is being able to bypass the need to do all those side jobs for the money. Granted, there's probably a point near the end of this where, like, the money is going to catch up to a point where I won't be able to afford right away, but even if that is the case, I can just do Assassination Gig number 18 again, and that'll be fine. You know, because that entire job is lucrative no matter what.
Travis?
Yeah?
The next fight has been set.
Wait a sec. Why the hell you telling me this over the phone?
Why? Because I cannot decide what to wear to the association's party tonight. Big shots from across the nation will be there. This is serious business. So serious that
Big shots that do not exist.
Every square inch of my body.
Or at least have to do with, like, other industries that are actually real at this point in time, unlike above-ground assassination work.
And then what?
Just go. You'll know what I'm talking about, I think.
What do you mean you think? You know, you really suck at your job.
Life is more important than some job.
That is why I am busy shopping right now. You, on the other hand, are busy killing people, because that is all you ever do. What? Am I wrong?
Well, I guess not.
All right then.
And to think people back in 2008, because, like, the optics that people have on, like, noticing the shit in games and the discourse around them, failed to pick up on the fact that this game is constantly mocking Travis as a person, and by extension, the average person that plays these kind of games. You know, the kind of action games of the more mindless variety. How ironic then that this mindless action game has more interesting stuff to it, like theme and plot-wise, than any other game could, like, hope to have. Okay. Oh. I messed up that quick turn. There we go. Wait, oh, I just realized the school was on that side. Wait, no, that wasn't it. Oh. Oh god, that's right. Oh, these free missions. The ones where you cannot, like, go through without taking a single hit.
3, 2, 1.
Might as well. If I'm only doing this just because I kind of want to get out of the way. But, like, without necessarily, like, taking the easy way of just accepting that I'm gonna get a hit or something. Because also, this is still technically, like, the first of the... Oh wait, no, I misread the number. This is fourth. Well, it's still on the easier side of things, especially when you have the Tsubaki Mark III. But yeah, I'll kill all these and then go to the actual rank 8 starting point. Okay. And done. Yeah, not surprising that this is one of the more sane free missions this game ever had. The later ones are just ridiculous because of how they just throw, like, submachine gun enemies into the mix. And it's like, Suda's team were not trying to make anything that was remotely fun as much as they were just trying to, like, just cause misery and pain for the people that wanted to play it. Which is what I felt. Hence why I am glad that with this and the Switch version, I have my own 100% complete files for each of those, so I never have to do it again. Ever.
Oh, just look at Go! Go! Yeah! Die!
Ow, come on.
Go! Yeah!
Oh yeah, this is one of the cooler ones. God, the wrestling moves in this and just how you use them are still, like, the best use of them in the entire series. Yo, that's what I was wanting. Yeah. Backbreaker, nice. Oh, yeah. And it does also kind of get back to, I think what I was trying to talk about, but promptly forgot because I was needing to focus more on the combat, was the, like, the whole context of, like, the high-low stances and how it works with the beat attack, where it's like the way it ended up changing with No More Heroes 3, I noticed, was that not only did they get rid of the stances so that you could have dedicated light and heavy attack buttons, but they also kind of treated them more as just like, as like you wanted to still kind of do it in a more traditional way of starting with like a light combo for a lot of hits and then build up to just using your heavy attacks. Whereas and they were like largely like separate combo strings that you could interchange between. But the thing that I find more interesting about like the way the stances work in this is that regardless of what stance you use, your beam attacks might as well, katana attacks might as well be like your light attacks as they were. And the beat attack, when you like press the B button, basically acts as your combo ender, is the idea. And depending on like how many hits in when you decide to do it is when you get different effects, you know? Some of them will stun the enemy, others will knock them away onto the ground so you can do a down attack, and things like that. In 3, you don't really have that. Like, a lot of the more interesting kind of like setups you do when playing No More Heroes 3 for the combat is a lot to do with Death Glove chips, as they were, and also trying to build up your tension so that your combos are not only a lot more flashy but also more powerful. Because it's one of those things where, like, the way tension works in 3 surprisingly reminded me a lot of another Grasshopper game called Killer is Dead that uses a similar method, but the difference there is that in Killer is Dead, like, that game's idea of, like, tension and increasing the effectiveness of your attacks was based entirely on how long you could maintain a hit combo. You know, if you didn't attack for any period of time or you got hit, it would get reset to 0. In No More Heroes 3, at least, I guess the one thing that was, like, a nice improvement from that was that if you manage to build your tension up to max, it stays there, and it only goes down if you ever get hit. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, it's a very nice, simple, natural way of, like, if you know how many hits you're doing in a combo, like, you can actually think a bit more about, like, when you actually want to use the beat attacks, and that it's not just something you get specifically for, like, doing wrestling moves. Like, sometimes it's valuable to have as, like, a knockdown tool. Oh, yeah, this silly shit right here. You really could have just turned it off, Travis. But okay, I guess it doesn't matter. You're kind of an idiot, and you're also a video game character, which means you can take all kinds of lethal punishment as long as it's in gameplay. And we're almost inside. Okay. Yeah, that clearly works. Good thinking, Travis. You idiot. Oh yeah, I might as well, since... Okay, only time that I am ever gonna have to jack the Wii Remote off in order to show that. Yeah, you somehow thought that having the infinite battery meant that you would never have to do that recharge animation again. Wrong. You'll always have to do that when you get to this part. Unless, of course, you just grab, like, the battery pickup that's right next to the door there. But I didn't feel like it. 26 chain. We're on a roll.
Hey, he's over here.
Oh. Huh. Nice. Yeah, it's like the jumping slash that you have, the long range down attack, like other weird, abilities in the combat that you have that you don't really get in the later games again. But I guess it kind of goes back to the thing that I remember, like, noting about No More Heroes 3 in my time with it, is that, like, for the things that it doesn't carry over from the earlier games, like from 1 specifically, it at the very least comes up with its own stuff to try and act as a replacement for. Wow, actually clashed my charge attack there. Interesting. Okay. Alright, going straight to... I'm pretty sure this is the gymnasium fight. This one definitely I remember this sure taking a while the first time.
Oh, just look at him.
Okay.
You prepared? Huh?
Man, just look at all these goons. Ah. Alright, fine. Fishing for dark steps, let's go. Yo! Oh, wow, just the... Oh, that chunky frame rate. There we go. Oh, it's crazy to think that, like, the high charge attack can actually just be, like, clashed if it lines up with an enemy's attack. It's kind of nuts. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh god, that's right. Ah. Man, lightsaber dudes are always so hard to even stun. You basically need to get them as close to, like, low health as possible to even have a chance at like, getting a grapple set up. Yeah, that's basically the only way you can really get it for, like, these guys, because otherwise they are tanky. Got him. Oh, great. And there's, again, what I was talking about. They always, like, this game, like, always has such a higher chance of giving you those dark side, like, slot reel bonuses when you have cleared out an entire room. Like, there's no point to it. No More Heroes 3 does such a better job of making, like, those bonus reels, like, actually useful. I think they do... This might have been just me, like, forgetting things as I was just, like, slaving away at the game for, like, another 30 hours after I finished streaming it. But I want to say that, like, the odds of getting certain, like, real bonuses in No More Heroes 3, like, the odds of getting good ones changes the higher in difficulty you go. Like, I seem to recall getting a whole lot more, like, Mustangs or Throw Crazy bonuses when I was playing on, like, Berry, Sweet, and Bitter. Spicy seemed to be quite a bit less.
An even deeper circle of hell awaits. Wipe away your tears, hit the can, pick the totter of your teeth. When you're ready, step inside. I highly doubt you'll survive this fight.
No,
but hey,
I know I will.
There's only one way to find out, right? Give it your best shot. I am 100% certain you're returning from this battle, Travis, in a body bag. But trust your force and head
Yeah,
for
so
the
much for the
Garden
vote of
Madness.
confidence. Oh yeah. Get refilled on health. Drop a quick save. Yeah, so far we've pretty much been averaging about, like, half an hour per boss fight. That's not bad. That said, I know obviously that, like, the later ranks absolutely get shorter in terms of, like, the amount of time spent in levels, but the thing I worry about then is that that's probably not going to be short enough to be able to fit all of these fights in a single stream. I only have 3 hours to work with, and we're about halfway through.
All right. Will you give me a minute?
Chances are I'll probably, like, just stop after I beat Holly Summers, because that makes for a fine halfway point. It's basically after that point that the levels start to be not as feature length as the first few ranks obviously are, where they had money to work with.
Mind if we do this somewhere else?
You're the boss.
Shinobu.
Stop checking me out like that.
You killed them?
Such a gentleman.
Another character
Are you
who's,
asking out of
like,
tactical
her
curiosity?
in-game growth as well as the voice
Or is it
actress
fucking-
definitely shows
Bet they didn't
a clear
offer much
change in that by the time you get to No More Heroes
You got a
3.
problem with that?
Definitely
You
more,
got no idea
like,
how
her
hard
voice
it is to
delivery
hide your true self
in
around
3
Hey, I'm
is
not
so much more
accusing
matured
anybody.
compared to what it is here, where it's like like her voice quality
gentleman.
and delivery
I
here
just
feels
turned
so
my
much more
back,
like
but you
like
didn't strike.
something that could be
You
like a high
are
school
fucking with me.
student.
It's actually pretty hard to take cheap shots when your enemy is as bloodthirsty as yourself.
People like us think alike, don't we?
Shall we?
You will pay with your life! At last I have my chance. I will now avenge my father!
Something tells me you watch too many samurai movies, little girl.
Oh, here it comes. The boss fight with with like one of the top 3 boss themes of the entire series. Yes, series. I'm gonna say it as such. No More Heroes 3's got some good music, but I still feel like the absolute best themes of this game still reign supreme, which I am actually... It's just for this fight. I just want people to listen.
Don't fuck with me.
Oh, God. Those clashes on bosses are, like, way harder on Bitter. Also, so much harder to get dark steps in this fight. Ooh, yeah! Oh, yeah. She's down to half now.
What's that in your hand?
I at least want the music to pick up before I waste her. Come on. What you got, girl? Oh yeah, now we're at the good part. Oh, and that was a dark step with just the dodge function, not even the left stick. Ow, stupid beam. Oh no, I gotta heal. This music is so good! Just listening to this again reminds me how much, like, just how much of a legend Masafumi Takada is, as far as composing video game music is. Like, this is the peak. Oh no. Oh god. I gotta focus. Ah! I'm so close. Just get away from the beams. They keep blocking my ability to, like, target you. Okay. Ah. Yeah! Oh! She just had to get out of the way. I'm probably not going to be able to get any more wrestling moves on her. Oh, thank God for the beams getting in the way. Mostly. Ow. Her taunt. Every time she taunts, if you just touch the blade, it does a little bit of damage. Like, that is some Virgil tier, like, taunt energy right there. Okay, come on. I'm playing it safe, but I kind of have to. Yeah, see? Exactly! She sticks it out, twirls it. Like, that is some Virgil, like, tech that you'd expect to see in a DMC game. Okay. Oh, God. I had to end it at some point. In fact, truth be told, I could have been using that a whole lot more often during the fight. But I felt it would not have been fair to Shinobu if I was able to get off as many, like, charge attacks.
Don't look at me like that. Don't.
Not to mention letting that music play, because, man, Season of the Samurai is peak boss music. It's up there with Pleasure for Breakfast and We Are Finally Cowboys. That's the trifecta of this game.
Whoa. Calm down a little. Jacobs was my mentor. I'd never kill him.
Liar!
And hey, at least I did not die then, as opposed to like the 3 or 4 times I died when I streamed the Switch version back in February.
Kill me. I admit it. I lost. Just do it.
How about kill yourself after you kill me? Sounds like a bit straight out of a samurai movie, don't it?
Shut up and kill me already. You've already dishonored me enough.
Do it yourself.
Please.
I'll fight you anytime, anywhere. Until then, I'll be waiting.
Okay. There we go. So let's see how much money this gets us. Oh, yeah, just look at that. It's like pretty much, I feel almost every time we get our ranking reward from beating one of these fights, it puts our total savings just a little bit above where it was before we spent the entry fee for that specific level and fight that we just went through. Like, that's what I like, and it's the sort of thing where, like, when you realize that, and you get good and proficient at what the game wants from you during the ranked fights, like,
You are now ranked.
the concept of having to grind,
You gonna kill her?
like, it does not become as big of a problem, because when you do, when you're playing through this game for the first time, and if you've caught on to, like, how the best, like, approach the combat in this game and get as much money from the rank fights, that basically means you only have to do, like, the side jobs and assassination gigs that open up at the moment just once.
She'll grow up. Why not kill her when she's stronger?
And that's even taking into effect that you'll probably, like, use some of that money to spend at Thunder Ryu to boost your stats or things like that. Like, real talk, a lot of the grinding in this game for money generally comes as a result of you trying to buy either a whole bunch of clothing items which have no, like, practical value when it comes to the ranked fights themselves, or saving up for very, very specific beam katana upgrades. which admittedly only really start to manifest when you get into the latter half of the game, you know? Once the Mark II and Mark III come into the picture, that's when you you have to be sure that you're getting golds on those side jobs first try. Man, this is still so good. Somehow I'm surprised yet not surprised that I've gotten so used to playing this version of the game again with its wildly varying frame rates and lower resolution. Because the Switch version, like, that HD port is really good. It makes the idea that they even tried an HD version of this on the PS3 extra laughable.
The video you should have returned was, How to Please a Woman in Bed 101 Part 2. Please return it to us soon. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. Touchdown. Your registration for the 8th UAA rank is now complete. In addition, we have faxed you some information about the rankings in case you wish to continue your ascent. Please transfer the money into the designated account. Have a nice day.
Alright, well, we got 250k. Not a problem. Let's change up our clothes again. Because why not? I feel like this game kind of falls under the same level of obligation you feel whenever you play something like Resonance of Fate, where there was a lot of... If you are being given a whole lot of, like, customization options for clothes, and you have the access to them, and it has like like the format of the game is something like this, where there are clear breaks that you can take after each like boss or chapter, as it were. I feel like you are obligated to switch up your main character's fashion choice like every time, be it something that you think is cool or something that'll be like something that would be just like a complete fashion disaster, as it were. Something where like the clothing choices are as uncoordinated as you can get. Either of those are valid. But again, at least I feel like in No More Heroes 1's case, that's a bit harder to really manage if you're playing this on a fresh game. It's a lot easier to like justify saving off that method of play until you get to New Game Plus, where you've bought all this stuff anyway. Okay, what would be a good shirt? Okay. Yeah, let me actually... Yeah, I'll go with dark gray for this. For the sunglasses. And finally, what's a good belt? Yeah, why not? Another blue-themed kind of outfit. That should be good. Time to pay the fee and then we'll fight the, quote, best superhero that Santa Destroy has. Which doesn't say much because this game has no more heroes. Oh wait, that's right. I keep forgetting. It's like, the ATM is so, like, close to where I am that I don't even need to take the bike. I kind of preemptively get on it because I also keep thinking to myself, oh yeah, I can just drop off the money and then go to, like, the rank 5 location. But no, you always have to go back to the motel just to get the cutscene that triggers the next scene. I did kind of appreciate that quality of life improvement that No More Heroes 3 has, where, like, for most of the ranked fights, once you deposit the money, you get a cutscene and it automatically puts you back to the motel.
No time to explain. I'll send details over snail mail.
Gotta run!
What the hell's going on over there? Jeez, don't leave me hanging, honey.
Oh, and just like she said, sent over the details through snail mail. Letter in an envelope. Man, and like for the amount of time I've been streaming right now, I still keep thinking back to that moment 11 minutes in when the game just decided to like hard crash on me during the first level, and then it was like just putting me on edge, constantly thinking, oh, is this something I'm gonna have to be careful of as I stream more of this? And so far it hasn't tried to crash on me again. So I think I got nothing more to worry about now. I feel like we are absolutely in the clear as far as like things that could go wrong on a technical level. At least I was kind of glad to like be able to use that please stand by screen that I had made for, admittedly not for something like this. I did not predict that there'd be a moment like what happened here where I needed to like hard reset the whole console. I was actually going to save that for like another stream where I know I was going to have to like reset it anyway just to get back to like the title menu of a specific game. But I mean, a please stand by graphic combined with the elevator music from System Shock is a pretty good combo. I felt pretty proud about that. If I had a bit more artistic talent, I would try and like make the image a bit more custom tailored to kind of like my channel's aesthetic or whatever, but no, it's fine. It's fine. It's important to have a scene for any sort of contingency when you're streaming, you know? I got multiple scenes depending on what type of game I'm playing and which hardware. I've got obviously the pre-stream scene whenever I boot it up so that I get things ready. There's the end stream, obviously. I think the only one that I have left, actually, is one where it's just my avatar, but I don't know. I feel like that's something that I'm only really feel I'll be able to use if I can justify doing, like, a just chatting stream and have to deal with the fact that I'll probably end up being the only person just talking to nobody because there won't be enough, if any, people in chat to kind of interact with in those situations. I don't know. That's probably, again, something for the future. Oh, yeah. Once the enemies get tougher, it's a whole lot easier to get those fancier kind of wrestling throws. Yeah, like getting 6 or 7 hits in, that's always like a very fun throw to do. Okay. Yeah! Oh, God, I love the backbreaker in this game. Still a pain to deal with those lightsaber guys if you're like me and that you're constantly trying to fish for those wrestling throws, because unless they're near death, it's just not going to happen. But here we go. On to Bear Hug Studios. Example 9051 of Suda's penchant for naming stuff being on fucking point. Bear Hug Studios, fantastic name for a fake movie studio. I love it. Okay. Mainly though, every time there's like a fade to black or transition or load that goes on like 1 second too long, I'm still flashing back to the time where like the system just crashed on me, and I always worry, please, oh please, do not crash on me again. This game does not have autosaves. You know how absolutely devastating that is when you're at the mercy of random but still threatening hardware failure. There we are, Bear Hug Film Studio. But now we gotta deal with some real rude enemies. We gotta deal with guns. Again, an enemy type I do not miss at all from No More Heroes 3. They were right to get rid of it. Ow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just like do low stance combo, 5 to 6 hits or so. Guaranteed for the backbreaker. And then, of course, like low stance into beat attack after 3 hits and you just knock them away. That's... Again, it's like... I know, obviously, I have some amount of bias towards this because... both back in the day and even now, I've always been more, like, accepting or favorable of the idea of motion controls as, like, a legit alternative to, like, the traditional control methods we have in games. But, like, tilting your main controller to access different stances for combat or is, like, that's, like, a genius way to get around the fact that, like, you don't have as many buttons to work with. Because think about it, like, in this context. I feel like the best way to actually go about trying to translate this, like, high-low stance stuff in a standard gamepad format is to not make 2 separate, like, attack buttons that, like, automatically change it to go with your attacks, but instead make it something where it's like, you hold a button and it turns into a shift modifier. That's basically what it feels like. And if there's one thing I wish that there was a direction that the No More Heroes games would be able to go in, it's something where it would be like they'd expand the high-low stance idea to not just be for your beam katana attacks, but also just the way Travis controls in general. Because think about it, like, it's... And at this point, I feel like the way I'm describing would probably sound to a lot of people like I'm just describing Neo. But imagine how it would be like if based on whether you're in high or low stance right now, not only did it, like, change your, like, attacks, but also change the way, like, Travis's evasive options moved. Like, doing a low... going into low stance changes your dodge into, like, a longer roll with some iframes to it, but then high stance gives you like a shorter dash, which is good for keeping yourself positioned to enemies, but does not give you as much iframes to work with, or something like that. Ah, fuck. And there's all kind of ways that you could, like, make that sort of, like, motion-based system for stance changes to work. Or anything that could, like, qualify as a shift modifier, if I'm being honest. Especially when, like, people might, like, find ways to complain about just, like, how much of a pain it is to use motion controls. It's like, oh, you have to hold the controller at a specific angle or position in order to, like, make the rest of it change to do whatever you want. And it's like, dude... let's be real. High stance in this game doesn't require you to hold the Wii Remote straight up, you know? Like, the difference between low and high stance is as much as, like, passing a 45-degree threshold. That's all it is. And also, most people play their games, at least, like, people like me, play them in a situation where it's like a couch or a chair that probably has armrests. You can keep your arm nicely like planted on an armrest and like just adjust the get finer control out of like the tilting of the controller just through wrist movements alone. Oh my god, how did my health get that low? Yeah, I just realized that I got back to like my base health bar. Oh yeah. I do wish that there was like a bit more consistency in like what type of in like what type of wrestling throw that you were gonna get based on how many hits you land on an enemy and like which stance you're in. I think that's the thing that I wish was a bit better. I don't mind that there's like a general hold on. Like, I don't mind that there's like a general threshold that you can aim for like hits that you land in order to guarantee certain types of throws. Like with these enemies specifically, like we've already established, like doing low stance combos about 5 to 7 hits gives you a good chance of actually getting like the backbreaker, like spinning the Wii Remote and Nunchuck type throws. Yeah, but then you still get other stuff like that, which is still fairly good and guarantees a death. But that's still fun. Again, I appreciate all the effort that No More Heroes 3 put into like having different wrestling throw animations for each like enemy type that you use them on, both from the front and back. Like that is still clearly plenty of work to implement that, and I respect them for that. But I also wish that they thought to include the part where, like, with those different moves, you also have to do different inputs that, like, match it. Okay. Yeah, that went well. Sometimes for those lightsaber guys, you just kind of have to go full nuclear and use like a low Tsubaki Mark III charge attack. Because damn it, you are tired. Or a jumping slash into a down attack. Sometimes that's good. Okay, good. Got him out of the way. Now we can have a proper fight. Oh, yeah. There we go. Man, I just know that my final damage rank for this level is going to be so garbage. Oh, well.
Hey, Travis. Your next rank button is at the filming studio. Win, and you'll be 7th. Lose, and you're dropping down to an even deeper circle of hell. So, how are you feeling, Travis? Your head feeling better? Relieved yourself lately? Maintaining proper oral hygiene? When you're ready, step inside. Some people say it's important to know when to give up. That you shouldn't aim for things that are obviously beyond your grasp. But ignore idiots like that. Don't accept defeat before the first punch has even been thrown.
Yeah, that's the speech they give to every young, optimistic person in their life to get them to go down, like, horrible life choices that'll make other people money. Capitalism, baby.
You are going to die. All you can do is trust your force.
garden of madness.
God, his pants are so skinny around the knees. It's insane. You know, I may not give No More Heroes 2 credit for a lot of things, because it clearly doesn't deserve it in those cases. Clothing options, though, I still feel was the best that ever was in that game. I kind of wish some of those options were like present in No More Heroes 3 proper, or even in this game. But then again, I guess if they took that away, it would give even less reasons to point to No More Heroes 2 as being like a game that's worth playing. Actually, no, that's slightly harsh. I mean, it's that game is so mid, but by the same token, it's like if I was in a situation where it was like I wanted other people to like experience the No More Heroes series, I would still tell them that they need to play the second game just to know, and also see if they are able to make the right deduction in that the changes it makes that at the time were conceived as, quote, better, were in actuality a lot worse. Because game reviewers at the time just like ate up No More Heroes 2 so much, just thinking that it was like, yeah, it's more No More Heroes except bigger and crazier. And all because they completely missed the point of what the first game was trying to go for. And is like a big contributor to like that brief moment in Grasshopper's life where they were just pumping out games that used Suda's title just for marketing reasons, and that was sad. Okay.
Oh man.
One of the best characters.
I thought I wouldn't make it here on time. Had to take care of some...
One of the best characters in terms of reinforcing this game's whole theme.
So much to do with so little help. Yeah, I can't stand these people with all their nonsense complaints. They think they can just say anything. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm here. I made it on time. That's the important thing, right? I take it you're Mr. 8?
You? You're ranked?
Not me. Well, actually it is me.
Oh, that makes sense.
Never mind then. You've got a job to do. But first I need some time to get ready. Would you mind turning the other way? I need some privacy.
Privacy?
Yes. I need to prepare.
Whatever. Don't mind me. Pretend I'm not even here.
I just need you to look the other way for a second.
A second?
Yes, just a split second. I don't think it's too much to ask. Deal?
Then we can get on with our fight?
That is correct.
All right.
Oh, damn it.
Whoa! That was close. For a second there, I
Oh,
forgot that you were a
Destroy
killer.
Man.
Sorry if I scared you.
Your
I didn't
continued
mean
death
to.
and resurrection across all three games is one of the best gags of this
I let
series.
my guard down. Getting sloppy. I gotta stay on my toes.
You mind if I ask you something?
Yeah, what is it, Mr. Cosplay?
We're both assassins, right? Why do we have to kill each other anyway? If you ask me, it's absolutely meaningless.
It's about determining who's best. That's what it's about.
Can't argue with that. Well then,
Oh,
let's get started.
just this whole scene. This
What?
whole scene right
You wanna
here
shake hands?
We're both fighters, aren't we?
is not
Not
only
killers,
memorable,
at least
like
for now.
just in the context of
This
this
is a
game, but
sign
it's
of
also just
sportsmanship that we
reminding me
respect each
so
other
much of
before
just
and after the
like
fight.
the
Good luck.
callback they do to this in
Likewise.
No More Heroes 3, and how even more silly it is because they know that this entire like shtick that Destroy Man has, that he is a lying shit who laughs every time he gets people with an electric handshake is so good.
This is great. Is this guy an idiot or what? Is this a joke? You fell for the oldest trick in the book. Oh man, you are something. Oh, this is the best. Man, you really
Like I described it as much when I saw the scene in No More Heroes 3 where they showed off the mass-produced Destroy Man, and it's like the whole setup behind that had a huge Lucy coaxing Charlie Brown into kicking the football energy to it, where he's like, he knows better. He knows better than to trust this asshole to shake his hand for any reason, but he still does it anyway.
And look at you. You look like you're dead. I guess it's time for a wake-up
Fortunately,
call.
he got back up pretty quickly and sliced that mass-produced Destroy Man right in half.
This is where it gets good. Good night.
Oh, cannon laser particle effects that make the Wii cry.
If challenge had a taste, you'd be quite delicious. Fight for the 7th? Yeah, sure. Bring it on. I love a challenge.
You're as good as dead.
All right, here we go. Thankfully, even on Bitter, this dude is so much easier to deal with after Shinobu. Oh yeah, that's right, when he's guarding, I should probably try to do more beat attacks. And this... You know, you make yourself way easier of a boss, honestly, if you are constantly, like, naming all your attacks. That makes it easier for me to know how to respond. Ah. Ooh, somehow I dodged right through that, even though I'm pretty sure it should have been in the... I should have been in the line of fire on that one. Ah. Alright, time for this little gimmick. It should still be fine. Come on, hit it! Oh wait, I had to actually hit it this time. Oh, man, am I forgetting that, like, on Bitter you actually have to eliminate multiples of these in order to make him fall? Because I remember it, like, happening on the first try on Mild and even Sweet. Oof, that was close. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Just needing a good opportunity to get a good old suplex in there. Ah, he's still. Okay, I think that attack of his glitched out or something. Yeah, he's obviously easier to deal with when you're able to, like, back him into the corner like this. Oh yeah, that was... Oh! Yeah, I remembered about that cannon. How to get around it at the last second. Freaking crotch lasers, man. Yeah, you just gotta keep running in any direction. It kind of doesn't matter. Left or right, but as soon as it fires, do not change. Shame still about only really getting off like the one wrestling move. But that's the thing that you have to always remember, like when playing this game on bitter. Like the window of opportunity you have for attacks and like how easy it is to stagger them, like changes. Like they make it explicitly harder to get like those wrestling move chains on bosses. Okay, well at least I got two. Oh, nice! Got him right before Destroy Spark landed. Oh man, that camera is way, way too close. Still no deaths. And obviously, like, a lot less punishment taken from him compared to Shinobu, because that's always how it goes when you play No More Heroes 1. Shinobu's entire, like, difficulty spike is just so out of place compared to, like, the first half of these assassins.
Help me, please. What is this I hear from a 7th ranked killer? Whatever. It's over anyway. Please, help me. There you go.
All right. Oh. God, I never get tired of seeing that. Do you think he's turned the fight in his favor? Nah, he just gets the laziest vertical slice in two. Alright. 624, okay. That's definitely a lot, not as much money as it was when we finished the Shinobu fight. Still, as long as we keep it up around above 600k, we're good. Because I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves correct, like the final like entry fee for the rank fights is 550k. So we just got to keep that up.
I'm starting to think that you may be for real.
All right.
You are now 7th in rank.
Okay, 2 hours 10 minutes in. We definitely got time to get Holly Summers out of the way. And then we'll be halfway through all the bosses that this game has.
I really am.
Serious? Damn.
Ugh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I keep having to consciously remind myself to, like, press the A and B buttons to make the spinning loading star shoot up across the screen. It's something where it was so hard for me to actually get that to happen on the HD version when I played on Switch. Like, it seemed that, like, some of the loading was like a bit faster than this, as well as the fact that like the loading star did not allow you to like play with it that way on the Switch version. Like I noticed it specifically every time I would go out of like K Entertainment or any of the buildings, like the stores that you could visit.
Oh, one of the girls here said that you might need a new pillow cover for this one. You know, just for protection. Thank you.
But yeah, it's like when you go to the loading screen to go back into the overworld, like it would like the screen itself and the star specifically would like freeze in place for a good second, and by the time you could like press the buttons again to make it jump up, like the open world had already loaded and you went back into gameplay.
Thank you, and have a nice day.
Here, it's like this version, be it on disc or on the hard drive like I'm doing right now, it's actually working as intended, where it's not like the loading star isn't hitching and freezing as it tries to load the next scene in the game. All right. Time to deposit more money. Man, thinking about it more like on a different No More Heroes related subject, because we're not spending as much time on it here, but the open world, like Santa Destroy itself, man, does it get the vibe and look of a crappy middle of nowhere small California town so right. Like for as much as there is little to explore or like meaningful to do in the overworld itself, I still find myself kind of interested by it and wanting to like explore it anyway. Like I've thought about it some, and it's like, I obviously do not own a VR headset. I've never been able to really like get myself to save and put aside enough money to just like buy one. Even when I got to the point where I was finally able to get a PC in the last 5 years that was capable technically of running any sort of VR game or something like that. But the idea is more like, I think even before trying like a dedicated VR game, and when I say game, I mean stuff where it's like actually a game. I'm not counting VR chat in this instance because this is what leads into my example of it, but the idea that I had is that, like, man, if there was like, if someone were to like port like the game geometry and files of Santa Destroy from this game, or heck, even these days, I wouldn't mind like if they just like ported over like the world data from like No More Heroes 3 and like made it an explorable space in like a VR chat or something like that. I would genuinely like consider like trying to get a VR headset instead of a VR chat just to kind of explore around that place. Like that, especially, and even more so again if it were like this iteration of Santa Destroy as it was in No More Heroes 1. Like I find that like I'm sure this is the sort of thing where it makes me so much weird and oh god, I completely forgot to change my outfit for this. Oh well, shit. But yeah, I find myself more oddly compelled to like explore a VR version of this like middle of nowhere fictional town than I am any other like big like dedicated VR game or application, you know?
Huh? Go any higher and I will kill you myself. Not until you become number 1. We have a deal, remember? So hurry up and go get him.
Yes, Your Highness.
Travis. Still, regardless of version, either No More Heroes 1 or 3 Santa Destroy, I really do love still how much like the general layout of the Santa Destroy part of No More Heroes 3's overworld is still like generally the same. it really does make you feel like it gives you that feeling of going back to like a town that you like grew up in or something like that, and then just kind of going back to it after being away for so long. And being like, okay, I still recognize these streets. I recognize like these major businesses still being here, but a lot of things still changed. Oh yeah. Yeah. Come on. Where? Ah, fuck. Oh my god. Oh, God. Gun enemies, you really are just the worst part about like the combat in this game. For as much as I love this janky game's like ideas that it has, it can wear thin on you after a while. Especially when I'm doing a stream like this where I'm trying to get as much of it as I can out of the way. But obviously, as it turns out, I'm really only going to be able to like get through this game in like two entire streams tops. Because this is it for the first night, obviously, the halfway point.
Hey, he's over here.
Ah, fuck. Come on. Hold on. Oh, yeah. That's one thing that I find I've generally been, like, had issue with sometimes when trying to get the dark step out the way I normally do. Where it's, like, where I think, like, the position of my thumb on the nunchuck's analog stick kind of shifts over time to the point that depending on how it's resting on there, it actually makes it much harder to, like, wiggle it the way I want to in order to proc dark step the way I want it to. Like, I think the closer that, like, my one of the joints on my thumb is directly on the stick itself, that makes it harder. It needs to be, like, as close to the tip. Oh, yeah. Backbreaker. And another. Alright. Just the pile driver. That's fine. Yeah, I'm also still starting to wonder at a point of, like, me constantly trying to fish for all these cool, like, wrestling throws are starting to become a liability when it's so much easier to... Yeah, when it's easier to just simply, like, abuse, like, these charge attacks, or better yet, just keep fishing for dark steps and just getting in as many hits that way. Oh, wow, that frame rate was, like, approaching the single digits. Oh. Sometimes this is why it's important to replay old games like this. Ah, come on. they're still the worst to deal with, these gun dudes, because they know when you get close that they have to run. It is so stupid. Like, thank goodness that, like, blocking is kind of an automatic thing. But it would be, I think, a lot easier to deal with if this game just gave you a dodge that you could do that rolls forward. That's the part that I always thought was, like, so bizarre with this game, that it just, like, you can press the D-pad in the left, right, and down directions to dodge those ways, and dodging left or right if you actually, like, time it when an attack is about to land. That does count as another way to do a dark step. Oh, come on! Another backbreaker for you, dickhead. Jeez, and that is way too little health regained from that. Oh. Wow, 3 backbreakers in a row. Game is really being generous for me. Ugh. Alright, where are they? Oh, it's back there. Oh my god. That was ridiculous. Just that sustained volley of SMG fire. It's like, what are you doing, game? Ah, whatever. Okay. At least these guys with their guns are not as resilient as the dudes that have lightsabers, so that, like, those jumping slashes... Well, actually, no, I kind of take that back. There have been times where I've done multiple slashes, jumping slashes, and it really does nothing. Oh, come on! Alright. That was close, but it still counted, man. Still counted. Wow, so much damage taken from this. Man, I had forgotten that it could, like, get as rough as this when it came to just trying to get through these waves of enemies, you know? Yeah, at this point I feel like the lightsaber dudes deserve nothing less than that kind of attack. Ooh. Wow, backbreaker after 4 hits. That's very, very nice. Okay, that was very good luck on my part. With 3 SMG guys so close together, I was able to just find the right opening. But man, you know what that actually reminds me of? how absolutely nightmarish like the last 2 free mission fights are, because it is just full of dudes with SMGs. Like, it is the most painful level of having to bait enemies one at a time out of their own corner so that you can, like, dark step their machine gun fire and then deal the killing blow. Alright. Cool.
Travis, hello? The secret beach is up ahead. Then it's ranking match time. Win, and you'll be number 6. Lose, and your new home will be in the flaming tombs of hell. Everything okay? How's that sharp pain in your neck? Bladder in a bind? Have you trimmed your nose hairs? When you're ready, step inside. You know, you've been quite cocky lately. Well, more than the usual dose of self-assurance. You think that being
honestly, I couldn't tell.
You're hot shit, don't you? And you're just raring to go. You've gone from dumb to dumber. Watching your meteoric rise of stupidity is truly painful to observe. That careless attitude of yours will be your undoing. And with that, I am 500% certain you will die this time.
Still not the craziest percentage she gives in this entire game, as far as her predictions go. Speedbuster still takes the cake on that. Where the number that she gives is just astronomically, insanely huge. Okay, time to go in and out of the bathroom stall to get our health back to full. Body slam beach. Man, why does a boring, like, nothing town like this have to have the sickest names for everything? Like Santa Destroy, Bear Hug Studios, Body Slam Beach, Luchico, like the gas station is what that's called. It's insane how good it is. Alright. Time for the rank 6 fight. Let's go.
Do you like fighting?
Yep.
Do you like killing?
Live for it.
Do you like fear?
Can't say. Never felt it.
Do you accept death?
Death? Never crossed my mind.
Death is the only truth. You are still a mere bud.
That's not a good thing, you know. Seeking meaning in everything. Especially killing. That's a bad habit among smart little girls these days.
Come closer and you will understand everything.
And this is one of those pivotal fights in Travis's whole journey with what he learns after this.
Just your ordinary assassin. Such a disappointment.
Are you in the mood yet? Normal assassins don't shoot the shit like this. They see their target and kill them.
Trying to see how long I can make this battle go before I fall into any of the holes that she puts. Yo! Okay. Let's see how much I can bypass of this. This will be amusing. Wow. I just realized I never thought to do things this way, because it's like, I've done enough fights against her to kind of know, like, the general location of, like, where her holes are. Like, they kind of expect you to just, like, go, like, in a straight line towards her, and that's where, like, one of the obvious holes is. And, jeez, man. Oh, fuck. This is not good. Oh, fuck. Man, I have forgotten like what's just like the most effective way to actually dodge that. Oh well, on to the next phase. God, it's crazy to think they actually let you fight her like normal before this, like before you get to into this cutscene. Though I've already lost so much health, the chances are I'm probably gonna die. Cause, jeez, like standing in front of that grenade that she puts to the ground and then like jumps back from, that deals so much damage. It's arguably more damage than any one of her leg rockets.
Nice trap. I like your style. Maybe I can steal a kiss before I steal your life.
We'll see about that.
Okay, I need to still get the health though. Ow, you. Yeah, look at that. Got so little left to work with, and that barely did anything. Fuck. Oh man. Oh, fuck you. Oh my. Wow. You can uncover the nearby pit traps by swinging your katana. I never realized that. Okay, but let's try this again. Now that we have this knowledge, I just need to stop. Ow. Oh my god! Oh, I am drawing such a blank as far as that, like how to deal with her rockets. Like, why? Oh my god, man. Didn't think I would be like dying to Holly Summers of all things. Ow, fucking. Oh, what the hell? Ugh. Oh, she is doing this way too much. Holy shit. This is real bad, though. Oh my. Oh. This is not a good fight starting out. Ooh. Okay. Wrestling moves. Give me the damage I so need. Oh, fuck. Well, at least that seems to interrupt her missile barrage. Ow. Oh my god. Kind of a bad spot to try and do anything in. Okay. Yo! Okay. Yeah! We might be able to save this. Yeah! Alright! Okay. Oh, come on. Yo! Yeah! Alright! Woo! Oh my god, I was worried that I was gonna get another game over. Wow.
What is this?
Oh. Shows how long it's been
This is not
since
mercy.
I've played through this game on
Can't
bitter.
kill a woman. Pathetic. If you can't kill a woman, you
Like
are
so much
left
of
at
my
a
memories
You'll
from
never
beating all
make
these
it to the top.
bosses is still stuck to what I recall
That's okay.
doing
I seem to
for
have
my
a thing
strategies
for
on mild
stupid, pathetic
difficulty.
men like you. I can accept the
I
fate
forgot
that
just
comes
how
from your
much more of a
hands.
pain her leg
I
rockets
will
are.
let you in on a secret. Assassins must die when they lose.
Oh,
Open your eyes and never look back. Promise, never forget me.
Huh?
Thank you. The moment you hesitated, I felt your embrace.
Hold up!
Academics like to fantasize too, you know.
Wait! Number 6! No!
and thus the first crucial bit of character growth for Travis.
Forgive me, number 6.
Which is more to say
Never
he
meant
just
to shame you.
more readily accepts the fact that he has to kill any and everyone he goes
Not
up
a very
against.
smooth victory,
Can't
Sir
make
Travis.
exceptions.
But a win is a win. That's all that matters. I
Oh.
hate to award you this, but you are now 6th in rank.
What was her name?
That is not important anymore.
You're right. But I owe her at least that.
Holly Summers, born in...
No. Just her name.
%206 damage. Yeah, there was absolutely no way I was gonna be coming out of that with like with any money for little damage taken. So much so that like I am now at a much more of a loss in terms of like money I have in the bank. Like that is less money than I would need if I were to go straight to rank 1 fight right now. Oh well. But that's it for tonight, actually. I feel pretty fulfilled overall. Even just getting halfway through the game again on just this,
Forgive
like,
me, Holly. I was
on
late
this
in saying
file,
this, but I
within
love
3
your
hours.
soul. Rest
Half
in
of the
peace.
bosses out of the way. That's not bad. Even though I was not expecting to die on Holly of all things, it was still a pretty quick turnaround. Whew. What a game. This game is still so fun to play. And, like, in general, like, not a bad challenge to go through on bitter, you know? Which that still obviously says a whole lot about a lot of other action games out there with higher difficulty
This is Diane
settings.
from These Head Videos. You're late returning one of our videos. It's called, Coffee and MILF. Please return it ASAP. Have a nice day.
Mr. Touchdown, please wire the money as soon as possible. Please hurry, or something unfortunate may happen. In addition, the registration for the 6th UAA rank is complete. we look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, something unfortunate, whatever. I'm not going to be able to get the money to you for like 2 more days, because that's when the next stream is. 350k, good grief. Yeah, you bet that sometime during the second stream for this, I am absolutely going to be doing Mission 18 for a whole lot of money when the time comes. But let's actually get next stream's outfit ready to go. Just because I have the time to work with. Yeah, why not? Just go for... Yeah, let's just go for something real douchey for Travis. Actually... Oh yeah, Rock Snake. Yeah, we're going with this for Let's Shake. Why not? Do one last save. And we're good. Alright. That pretty much covers it for today. Next stream will be this on Monday, again, just to kind of get through the last half of the game, going from like Let's Shake all the way to the end. I am absolutely going to be making sure, assuming that time permits, I will try and get a fight with Henry on stream, because I feel like it has to be possible. The levels leading up to the bosses get a lot shorter from here on out is the thing. They're not as involved as the first half because they just did not spend as much money on those for for everything from like rank 5 onward. But it's like, yeah, getting through like those 4 bosses, maybe a run of Mission 18 just to get some extra cash. And then, because I know I've done it before, but at least on the Switch version, when I got that earlier this year, I should hopefully be able to beat Henry for the true ending. And, like, just the 1,000 hits or so it takes to bring him down, because it is insane. Like, he is so goddamn tanky on Bitter. It is ridiculous.
Hey, girl.
Okay, that's nice. Actually, I want to get the little scene with Jean where she's just sleeping on Travis's belly. Such a cute kitten she was.
There.
So small and not chonky. Like, she got chonky in 2. You were able to get her fit, but then she got chonky again for Travis Strikes Again, and they clearly didn't care anymore. Oh, yeah. That is just heaven. Alright. That's it for the stream. Look forward to Monday. And then following that, the Wednesday stream will be the end of the Kingdom Hearts 2 critical mode playthrough. And then I'll be back to pretty much a clean slate as far as what the hell I'm going to continue streaming from here on. But I got several days. I can think of something. Alright. Thanks for watching. Take care now.